Then question number 9. Ola Cab has just signed up Mr. Amar, taxi owner engaged in providing service of transportation of passenger by radio taxi, to provide services through its platform. State who is the person liable to pay GST in the following situations. So section 9 subsection 5, we need to remember 3 services which are covered under RCM. What are they? HAT, housekeeping service, accommodation service, transportation of passengers by radio taxi, motor cab, maxi cab and motorcycle. And one more service is also added, that is supply of food in a restaurant. So but that is not applicable for May 22 exam, it is applicable for November 22 exam, supply of food in a restaurant. Okay. So now this particular service is transportation of passengers by radio taxi, motor cab, maxi cab and motorcycle, that will be coming under notified service 95, where the liability to pay GST in case of these notified services is on e-commerce operator. So here who will pay GST? Ola Cab will pay GST. Whether the supplier should be registered or unregistered, let the supplier be registered or unregistered. For supplies through e-commerce operator only will pay in case of transportation of passengers. Whereas in case of housekeeping services and accommodation services, only when the supplier is unregistered, that service is notified under 95, where e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. So in this case, this is a transportation of passenger service. Always the liability is on e-commerce operator only. Okay. So first case intrastate, interstate, interstate, interstate. So intra, 2 case intra, 2 case inter, whatever the case may be. In the first case, supplier is unregistered because the turnover does not exceed threshold limit. Second case, the supplier is registered, and then also e-commerce operator only will pay GST. So first case, supplier is unregistered. First case, supplier is unregistered because turnover does not exceed threshold limit. Second case, supplier is registered. Supplier is registered. Okay. And third case, again supplier is unregistered. Supplier is unregistered as the aggregate turnover does not exceed threshold limit. And last case, supplier is registered. But whatever the case may be, so in the first case, direct supplies, no GST. Why? Supplier is unregistered. Supply through e-commerce operator will pay. Second case, supplier is registered. Direct supply, supplier will pay. Through e-commerce operator will pay. And third case and fourth case also the same way as first and second case. Okay. First case 6 lakhs, not required to get registered. So 95 applicable, yes. Who will pay GST? Ola will pay GST. E-commerce operator will pay GST with respect to supplies through e-commerce operator. What about direct supplies? With respect to direct supplies, no GST because the supplier is unregistered. Whereas when it is 30 lakhs registered, supplier is registered as the aggregate turnover exceed threshold limit. And will the 95 be applicable? Yes, even then 95 will be applicable. Direct supplies who will pay GST? Supplier will pay GST. Through e-commerce operator who will pay? E-commerce operator will pay. Then interstate supplies 6 lakhs. In case of interstate supplies, they are not required to get registered as aggregate turnover does not exceed threshold limit. And again, so IGST Act will be applicable. So IGST Act, GST payable as per IGST Act. So because it is interstate supply, but the treatment is same. The treatment is same. So just section differs. In the place of section 9 in CGST Act, in the place of IGST Act, it is section 5, but the treatment is same. So who will pay GST with respect to supplies through e-commerce operator? E-commerce operator will pay. Then with respect to direct supplies, no GST. Whereas interstate supply, whenever they are registered, so with respect to direct supplies, they will pay GST. With respect to supplies through e-commerce operator will pay GST. That is this.